My name is Denzel Nurse, and I am the coordinator of the Nutrition for Life course. Nutrition for Life is a course that we run which empowers normal people to look at the health benefits for their healthy living. And nutrition is part of that. You have to understand how your body works, what it needs to help it to function properly, and all of that. Today's event is about awarding people with certificates of achievement that they have gained and the knowledge that they've gained over the past 15 weeks is nutrition. We have invited a few people to come and help us to celebrate the day. We've invited the mayor.
Diabetes is a growing problem in the country as a whole. There's not a family really that's hardly not touched by diabetes. And it's getting worse. As it happens, I have to go to an eye clinic quite often for a problem of my own. And often that clinic is about a third of the people there are diabetes patients, of course worried about the development of problems with their eyes, which is just one of the problems of diabetes. We know the problems of diabetes can be very severe. So this sort of activity, bringing nutrition particularly to help people with diabetes but also other problems, for instance heart problems, is really important to try to get into the community better knowledge about how nutrition can help their conditions.
We've also invited the sponsors.
So we've been involved in running somewhere in the region of 80 community programmes sponsored by the European Union's Social Fund. And we do the sort of development of programmes, the sort of management support, where necessary, the sort of marketing of provision in communities. Now, I was saying to a lady over there that, quite often we get this thing where people are saying we should come out of Europe. What do we get out of Europe? Well, actually, I mean, this is a European-funded programme here. We've run this programme for 3 years now, and that's meant that every year we've been able to allocate, short of £1 million worth of funding into West Yorkshire for people to do innovative stuff with. It's about learning and skills, but it's not formal classroom-based. Most of them are very small community projects that take like an innovative approach to people learning new stuff. And learning new stuff's important, and it's important for people to do that from all ages.
We've also invited the people in the community, like Louise Mohammed, who is the coordinator of the FINE project.
Denzel approached me about a fortnight ago and asked me if I would come today, explained it was a celebration, that there were about 13 to 15 people that had gone through quite an extensive nutrition course. Well, in relation to nutrition and diabetes, I think it's absolutely key. If I can draw your attention to Hippocrates, centuries ago, who was the Western father of medicine, he said, "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food." And I think in modern times and modern society we've moved away from that really, and I think we have to reinstate to people how important nutrition is, and what we put in our mouth has a massive effect on our well-being.
I hope that this course gives the participants an understanding of how their body works and how they can help the community to engage in healthy living and healthy eating. It also gives them the knowledge to be able to go out into the community and help people to understand what is good for them.
My name is Carl Ambrose, one of the members of Honeyzz Diabetic Support Group. This program has actually been a benefit and a motivated course in terms of our well-being, with us having the knowledge to know more about nutrition and well-being. It gave me a lot of enthusiasm and self-confidence in terms of, I would say, self-reliance, in terms of where I was in the health management aspect of myself. So I would say the course has been very beneficial.
My name is Melissa Wong. I think it's been absolutely brilliant. I've been looking for a diabetes support group for quite a long time. One of my friends told me about this and said, actually this would be brilliant for you, because although it's not just around diabetes, if you have got diabetes, they're doing a particular section on that, on how to actually control your diabetes. I was really pleasantly surprised when I actually got there to find that actually it was a longer training. You could do most of it online, so it was something you could could do very flexibly and learn in your own time, and it also gave a qualification. So it's done great things for me personally. I was pleased to find out part of the way through that if people pass the course, there were other opportunities as well. I trained in education as a trained teacher, and I have actually delivered some sort of health education as part of some of the things I've done before. So to actually have something solid behind me to go forward and do that in future, if I want to do either on a voluntary basis or hopefully, as part of a future paid work, it will be absolutely fantastic. So for me, it's been very good.
The course is worthwhile for me because I've got 2 little children, and now I know that the fast food industry like Honeyzz and stuff is not worth it at all. It's actually, they say it's homemade and nutritional. Actually it's not, it's full of all the bad things. So you might have to just go into Sainsbury's and get your raw veg and make it yourself, and that is actual nutrition, you know what you're putting in. And overall I think it was fantastic. It gave me an insight to what I do on an everyday basis, and I don't realise what I'm eating. I've realised that it's not actually good for me.
For my confidence, it's, sometimes you go to uni or you go to college and you're intimidated, but in this group it was very informal, working with everybody, helping everyone. It's boost my confidence.
Well, I think initiatives like this are really important because myself, I work for the local authority, but our resources are diminishing. You'll have heard the news. The cuts are coming, and we've got a limited capacity, and more emphasis is being put on communities having to be resilient and do things for themselves. I'm really encouraged and inspired really that there is an organisation out in our community doing this, because as we all know, the rates of diabetes in our community is 3 to 4 times higher than the White Horse community. So I think it's really, really important.
It's communities finding ways to connect with people that have a learning need, and then finding interesting ways of doing that. I suspect some of these people wouldn't consider themselves as like learners or students. They came because there was a social aspect to what they learned, but most of these people would have learned some new skills and it would have enhanced their life, and that's really important.